Now, when we say dangerous in the world of sports, we ain't just talking about some hard fouls and trash talk. Nah, we talking about the kind of figures who sent chills down your spine, the ones who could dominate with pure force, ignite controversy with a single action, or control the game from the shadows. We're talking about athletes who struck fear in the hearts of their opponents, mavericks who played by their own rules, and power brokers who called the shots, sometimes with questionable motives. From the ring to the court, from the field to the courtroom, these individuals have left an undeniable mark on sports history. So buckle up, folks, because we're about to dive deep into the lives and legacies of the most dangerous people in sports history. From the ring to the boardroom, these are the most dangerous people in sports history. Get ready, because this is going to be huge. First up, we got Mike Tyson, the youngest heavyweight champion in boxing history. This man was a force of nature, a whirlwind of power and aggression. When that bell rang, you knew somebody was going to sleep. His opponents, they knew it too. The fear in their eyes was palpable. Tyson wasn't just about knockouts though. He had this aura, this mystique that made him seem invincible. He was the epitome of intimidation, a man who could end your career with one punch. And let's be real, folks, he did just that on more than one occasion. Don't get me wrong, Tyson had his demons outside the ring, but inside those ropes he was untouchable, a true force of nature. Next up, we're talking Lawrence Taylor, LT, the most ferocious defensive player to ever step on a football field. This man was a one-man wrecking crew, single-handedly changing the way the game was played. Offensive coordinators lost sleep trying to figure out how to block him, how to keep their quarterbacks upright. See, LT wasn't just big and strong, he was relentless. He played with a level of intensity and aggression that was unmatched. He was like a heat-seeking missile aimed straight at the ball carrier, and more often than not, that missile hit its target. Off the field, LT had his struggles, no doubt, but on the gridiron, he was a legend, a true game-changer. Now let's talk about one of the most infamous incidents in sports history, the Malice at the Palace. Ron Artest, later known as Meta World Peace and Meta Sandiford Artist, found himself at the center of this brawl. What started as a scuffle on the court quickly escalated into a full-blown riot involving players and fans. Look, I'm all for passion in the game, but this went way too far. Artist's actions, charging into the stands after a fan, were reckless and dangerous. It was a black eye for the NBA, a stain on the league's reputation. Artist faced serious consequences, including a lengthy suspension. But the image of that night remains seared into the minds of fans everywhere. Let's head over to the ice now, where we find Zdeno Chara, a towering figure in the NHL, both literally and figuratively. Standing at 6'9", Chara was a giant on skates, a physical force who could shut down the opposition's best players with ease. He had this scowl, this look in his eye that could make even the toughest opponents think twice. But Chara wasn't just about intimidation, he was a skilled defenseman, a leader on and off the ice. He played with an edge, no doubt, but he also knew how to use his size and strength effectively. Chara's presence alone made his team, the Boston Bruins, a force to be reckoned with. Now let's talk about Roy Keane, the midfield general for Manchester United. Keane was the heart and soul of that team, a fierce competitor who demanded nothing but the best from himself and his teammates. He was known for his crunching tackles, his no-nonsense approach to the game, and his fiery temper. Keane didn't back down from anyone, and his confrontations on the pitch were legendary. He was the enforcer, the protector of his teammates, and woe betide anyone who dared to cross him. Some called him dirty, but others respected his passion and commitment. One thing's for sure, Roy Keane was not a man you wanted to mess with. The story of Aaron Hernandez is a tragic one, a stark reminder that darkness can lurk beneath even the brightest of stars. He was a rising star in the NFL, a tight end for the New England Patriots, living the dream. But behind the fame and fortune, Hernandez harbored a dark side, a side that would eventually lead to his downfall. In 2013, Hernandez was charged and later convicted of murder, sending shockwaves through the sports world. His promising career was cut short, his life forever defined by this horrific act. The case of Aaron Hernandez is a chilling tale of talent gone wrong, a cautionary reminder that fame and fortune can't outrun the consequences of one's actions. The world of figure skating was rocked by scandal in 1994 when Tonya Harding's ex-husband and bodyguard were implicated in an attack on her rival, Nancy Kerrigan. The incident, which became known as the Whack Heard Round the World, cast a long shadow over the sport. Harding's involvement in the plot remains a subject of debate, but her legacy was forever tarnished. Despite her undeniable talent on the ice, Harding's story became synonymous with betrayal and violence. She was banned from figure skating for life, her dreams shattered by the actions of those closest to her. The Tonya Harding saga is a cautionary tale about the price of ambition and the destructive power of jealousy. Oscar Pistorius, the Blade Runner, was a global icon, a symbol of triumph over adversity. He made history as the first double amputee sprinter to compete in the Olympics, inspiring millions with his determination and athleticism. But Pistorius's life took a tragic turn in 2013 when he shot and killed his girlfriend, Reeva Steenkamp. Pistorius claimed he mistook Steenkamp for an intruder, but the prosecution argued it was a case of premeditated murder. The trial captivated the world, with Pistorius's fall from grace shocking his supporters and detractors alike. He was eventually convicted of murder, his story a stark reminder that even heroes are capable of unimaginable acts. Diego Maradona, the Argentinian soccer legend, was a magician with the ball at his feet. He could dribble through entire defenses, score goals from impossible angles, and single-handedly carry his team to victory. But Maradona's genius on the field was often overshadowed by his demons off it. He struggled with drug addiction throughout his career and was embroiled in numerous scandals. From the infamous Hand of God goal in the 1986 World Cup to his associations with organized crime, Maradona's life was a whirlwind of brilliance and controversy. He was a flawed genius, a captivating figure who could inspire both adoration and disgust. Love him or hate him, there's no denying Diego Maradona's impact on the world of soccer. Deshaun Watson, the star quarterback, burst onto the NFL scene with the Houston Texans, showcasing his incredible talent and leading his team to the playoffs. But Watson's promising career was soon engulfed in controversy when multiple women accused him of sexual misconduct. The allegations sent shockwaves through the league, dividing fans and raising serious questions about Watson's future in the NFL. Despite facing numerous civil lawsuits, Watson has denied any wrongdoing. However, the NFL conducted its own investigation and suspended him for 11 games, citing violations of the league's personal conduct policy. The case has sparked widespread debate about accountability, due process, and the culture of professional sports. Watson's legacy, once filled with so much promise, now carries the weight of these serious allegations. Now let's talk about FIFA, the governing body of international soccer. For years, FIFA has been plagued by allegations of corruption, bribery, and shady dealings. From rigged World Cup bids to questionable financial transactions, FIFA has been mired in scandal, tarnishing the beautiful game. Sepp Blatter, the longtime president of FIFA, became the face of this corruption, accused of presiding over a culture of greed and impunity. Under his leadership, FIFA became synonymous with backroom deals and questionable ethics. While Blatter was eventually forced to resign, the stain of corruption continues to haunt FIFA, casting a long shadow over the world's most popular sport. Dana White, the president of the UFC, is a polarizing figure in the world of mixed martial arts. He's credited with transforming the UFC from a niche sport into a global phenomenon, but he's also been criticized for his brash personality, his handling of fighter pay, and his close relationship with controversial figures. White's critics argue that he prioritizes profits over the well-being of his fighters, pointing to the UFC's relatively low fighter pay and lack of long-term healthcare benefits. They also question his decision-making at times, particularly when it comes to matchmaking and fighter contracts. Despite the criticism, White remains a powerful figure in the sport, his influence over the UFC undeniable. Vince McMahon, the chairman of WWE, is a master showman, a man who built an empire on the backs of larger-than-life characters and over-the-top storylines. But McMahon's reign has not been without its controversies. From the steroid scandal that rocked the wrestling world in the 1990s to the often dangerous stunts performed by his wrestlers, McMahon has been accused of putting entertainment above the safety and well-being of his performers. Critics argue that McMahon's relentless pursuit of ratings and profits has led to a culture where wrestlers feel pressured to push their bodies to the limit, sometimes with devastating consequences. They point to the numerous injuries and premature deaths of wrestlers as evidence of the dangers inherent in the industry. Despite the criticism, McMahon remains a towering figure in the world of professional wrestling. His impact on the industry, undeniable. So there you have it, folks. A glimpse into the lives and legacies of some of the most dangerous figures in sports history. From the ring to the octagon, from the gridiron to the boardroom, these individuals have left an indelible mark on the world of athletics. Whether through sheer physicality, scandal, or the power to shape entire sports, these figures have left a dangerous mark on the world of athletics. Some were celebrated for their talent and achievements, while others were condemned for their actions and transgressions. But one thing is for sure, they all commanded attention, captivating audiences and sparking debate. Their stories serve as a reminder that the world of sports is not always a place of fair play and sportsmanship. It can be a battleground where ambition, greed, and the pursuit of glory can have dangerous consequences. Now, I want to hear from you. Who do you think is the most dangerous person in sports history? Let me know in the comments below, and let's get this conversation started.